So we are back with Deborah, and Deborah is going to show us her van. So Deborah, would you like to show us? Start with the outside.
I will. I'll just do a quick walk around
and talk about that light up there.
This is so cool. It was only $5, and it can light this way or this way, and it's magnetic on the back. That's my porch light.
And where did you get that at?
Home Depot, $5.
Really? Okay.
All day long. So, and
Okay.
it's great, and it just runs off of batteries. Unfortunately, it's not rechargeable.
That's okay. Batteries
But
are okay.
I bought it about 6 months ago, and I haven't had to put new batteries in, and I use it almost every night I'm in the van. So
Okay.
it's my porch light.
So I'm just going to let you take over and show us what you want to show
Okay.
us.
Well, let's go around to the back. First of all, this is a Ford F-150, like I mentioned before. It's got the, it's a 150, but it's got a 250 chassis because it was a passenger van for a convalescent home.
Oh.
And when I bought it through auction. I had somebody help me because it's so hard to find a van these days, and they get snapped up so fast. And he found it for me in Arizona at an auction and had it brought to me where I live in Utah.
Okay.
And it's been great. It's been great. It's a good little vehicle. So what I did back here in the back, so the back of the van, and this is my sleeping platform. This side has all of my road gear. It's got all of my camping gear and stuff like that. And then over here, this is my little extra sink. Little toolbox is really important if you're going to be on the road to have a little toolbox with a hammer, nails, screws, a good little drill, and maybe some duct tape, things like that, a spray lubricant, all the little things that you're going to need on the road. Just think about what you have in your kind of go-to little thing at home and kind of duplicate that for the road, because you're going to need all those same things.
Yeah. Okay. And how did you do the windows?
What I did is I made these little covers, and then I put marine snaps, okay, so I can take them off or put them back on.
Did you glue them?
No, this is a marine snap.
Does it?
You're familiar with these kinds of snaps?
Right. Yeah.
that you put on? Well, this has a screw on the end of it.
Okay.
So, and then in here, there's a little place to put your drill, and you can just screw it in.
Oh, okay, great.
And then
Marine snaps.
yes, and the reason I like these is because I can have privacy, but then while I'm driving, I just fold it in half like that, and I have rear view. Okay, the other thing that I did is I put, you can't see it because of the light, but I have a little light I put in here, and it's just one of those light strips. So if I need to get back here at night, I just turn that on,
Oh.
and I can see.
Where did you get that now?
I got that at Home Depot for $7,
Okay.
and it runs on batteries.
Okay.
And we'll talk about what this is when we get back down.
Okay.
Okay, and then if we go around to this side, you can see my funky solar. But we're gonna cut a hole in the roof. I'm gonna grow up and deal with it and cut a hole in the roof.
How many watts?
It's only 100, but I'm upgrading to 450 because I want to be able to run my fridge.
At Santan is where you're going?
I'm gonna go to Santan in Arizona because absolutely the best prices I've ever seen. So I'm gonna get the retail price for 450 watts is like $329. So you can't do better than that. All right, so if we go around here, where I sit, and then let's go on back around and we'll take a look inside.
Okay. Together.
One of the things I would say if you're buying a van, I really don't like this slider. I get that it's convenient. I get that it, you don't have the wind and the doors to deal with, but it's not as functional.
And it breaks. They seem to break quite often.
What happens is it gets jammed.
Yeah.
And I have to get down in there with a screwdriver and unjam it so that it'll open, and it always happens at the worst time. But yeah, that is a problem. I do not like it. Okay, come on inside. This is my RV step.
And where did you get that at? That's kind of low.
You're going to hear the word Amazon a lot.
Okay. That says it all, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. So what I'll do is I'll just sit here and I'll just kind of go around. Absolutely.
Okay.
All right. So
What are we looking at?
this is my bed / couch.
Before we get started, how long did it take you to do this?
6 months.
Okay.
Then I went on a little short trip and had a list of, I think it was 7 pages of modifications I needed to make, because until I actually put it into practice, you know, there were some things that needed to be fine-tuned, and it was quite a long list. I actually have a list of about 4 or 5 things from this trip, and you're going to find when you first start doing this that it's a process. You know, you're not going to get on the road and everything's going to be perfect the first time. You're going to have to trial and error some things. My suggestion is do what I did and watch a ton of videos of people who did it, because I did everything myself.
Okay.
So here's my bed. Is here. This bolster is actually a 2-inch mattress topper. And what I did is I put it up here and I cut it to the shape of the back of the van. Then I put those marine snaps we were talking about, I put some of those on it. It wraps around my comforter, creates a bolster for me, and it's a way to store my bedding. When I open it up, I can snap it onto the back of the van, and it provides 2 inches of foam insulation, and it keeps it nice and toasty, because a lot of cold comes in through the back.
It's a good idea.
Thank you. This used to have 3 rows of seats, and I took them out, took everything down to the bare metal and started over. So the floor has, you build a framework. And then I put the foam insulation in, and then I put the subfloor and then the tile. The walls are very thick insulation. If you look here, you'll get a sense of just how thick the insulation is.
Okay.
Ceiling is cedar. It was really hard to do, and it isn't perfect. I had to do it 3 times to get it right. But I love the way it smells, and I love the way it looks.
It's beautiful. It's beautiful.
And then I just cut this little piece and put it on here just to kind of give it a finished look.
Okay.
These little shelving I built myself, and they're removable.
Oh, okay.
And I like that, because if I feel like I want more room here, I just move them somewhere. And
So you have a piece here that snaps into the other piece.
It's called a French cleat.
French cleat.
And it works like that.
Okay, that's what I was trying to say that, but I didn't have the word for it.
And you can just put them up. And
Wow.
And I think I was going to build another one for over here, but I think I might put a window in instead.
Yeah.
Just like that one.
Because I'm looking at this windows, which is wonderful.
Isn't it fun?
Yeah.
It makes it feel like a house.
Yeah, yeah.
And then this right here, this countertop, I had some left over, so I built this.
Okay.
This lifts off, it just latches down so I can get inside of it if I need to. And these are just little panels that move. I keep my little Bluetti here. In here, I've got a little small propane tank that runs my stove. It's a little 5 gallon.
5 gallon?
Yeah. This was really fun to build. I just, you know, those things that you cut holes for doorknobs.
Right, yeah.
I just got a bunch of different sizes and then put wood on the back of it.
Yeah.
And that was fun.
That was chrome.
Pardon?
That was
That
chrome.
was Chrome from Van City.
Yeah,
Van Life.
yeah,
Thanks,
Chrome.
That's exactly right. The best ideas are stolen. This is my, well, let me look over here.
Okay.
This area right here, I'm actually going to redesign this.
Okay.
I'm going to take this and bring it out to here so I have more room.
Then
I can just set this down inside of it.
Okay.
And
what do you keep in that
And
normally?
then I'll make a little
a bench?
cushion.
Yeah.
A bench, yeah.
Okay, or an L-shaped bed.
Now right here, this is just clothing for the most part, and then stuff I might need, like I have a jumper cables, tire inflator. By the way, good things to have on the road. A little 12-volt blanket for emergencies if I ever need it. Things like that.
Okay.
You always have to be prepared when you're on the
Yeah,
road.
I know.
And one of the things that I live by is these little Sherpa socks,
Yeah, yeah.
because they keep your feet really toasty at night. And even the best insulated van floor is going to get cold at night.
Yeah,
So you
yeah.
need warm shoes. I'll put that back. Okay, and then right here, this is my potty. It's a Thetford.
And you built this, right?
I built a little box for it. It opens from the side so I can take it out and empty it.
Okay.
So real simple. It's home. It lives right here when I'm not using it. And it just pulls out. These lock. I just hook it to these right here. And I have a table. I can sit here and have my dinner. I can work on my computer.
So creative.
Thank you. And it stows out of the way if you don't need it. And I really like that about it.
Okay.
One of the things I'm going to do, one of the things that helped me when I was trying to think of a lot of these things is I would just come and I would just sit in the van. All by myself, no distractions, no sound, no music, nothing, and just think. And I would bring a notepad with me. And that's where I came up with a lot of these ideas.
Yeah.
Just let your brain think,
Yeah.
use it, and it'll come to you.
Yeah.
The other thing that I'm very proud of is I saw a video, and you know those real expensive, like hoity-toity, $120,000
Yeah.
vans?
Yeah.
This was the design. And I thought, well, I can recreate that, and then I'll have my own. And I did, and it looks just like it, and I love it. And I just got a bunch of pine, cut it, sanded it, stained it, and then it screws in from the back. And
So what was under there? Was that your
under here? I'll just
dirty
open
water?
this up and show you.
Yeah.
This is my you gotta have a fire extinguisher.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Get a fire extinguisher. This is my gray water tank.
Okay.
It just drains down from my little sink here.
Okay.
This is my fresh water.
Okay.
Now I don't use this for drinking. I use it for cooking and cleaning.
Okay.
And then I just keep fresh water here. That's just my own little personal
Yeah.
thing. It would probably be fine to drink it, but I just like the filtered water. And then here's my utensils and things. These are all my dishes. Please notice that everything matches.
And what is your favorite color?
I think it's teal.
I think it.
And then my pots and pans, they match, of course, too.
Uh-huh.
And then just your stuff drawer that you always have in a kitchen with spices and things like that. Right here is my little stove. Just drops in. It's a little, real simple.
Is it a propane?
It's propane. You saw my little five gallon
Yes,
propane
yes,
tank I
yes.
showed you? Well, that's what it runs
So you
off
read
of.
it over to here.
What, now what's... Oh. That's me, my mascot.
Oh my goodness.
When I was cleaning out the van, he was hiding underneath one of the seats.
Oh my goodness.
And so now he's my little
Your
buddy.
Okay. Have a divider.
Yes, I do, because I wanted it to feel like a little studio apartment.
Okay.
And so this is my spice rack.
Mm-hmm.
And I haven't done it yet. I have to buy the glue, but I'm putting carpet, indoor-outdoor carpet on this side.
Okay.
Just to cushion it.
Okay.
And I like this because if I did get in an accident and things went flying forward, that would protect me.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a big part of the reason why I did it. This is all my utensils.
Okay.
Just a little silverware caddy.
And now your refrigerator's over here?
Yes. And it provides a work surface if I need it.
And what brand is that?
This is an Allpowers. It's a little small guy. It's one of the
Okay.
smaller ones. But it works fine. It works fine. It keeps things cool.
Yeah.
So that's that.
Now, it's not quite closed, is it?
No, actually it is. It's weird.
Oh,
It has
really?
that little lip right there, and I always think, oh, I have to close it. I have
okay.
to close it, but it's closed.
So,
I told you that I don't have wiring and all
Right,
that stuff because I don't know how to do that. It's over my head. It's above my pay grade, but I still wanted to have the convenience.
okay.
So I bought this little tiny power pack,
Uh-huh.
and I put it right here, and it turns on the pump for my water.
Oh, okay.
So all I have to do is turn that on.
Okay.
Turn that on. And there's my water.
Great. Wonderful. I have just one more question.
Sure.
Now.
Oh, I do have one other thing I want to show you.
Show me.
Okay, why don't you come over here?
Okay.
Show you my curtain.
Oh, yes, yes.
So, again, marine snaps. And I put it on this little track that I got at Amazon.
Oh, that's right.
And it just slides around. And this is insulated, so it holds in either the warmth or the cool. And it just slides all the way around to here. And then I can just fasten it with these, and I'm completely
insulated. Yeah, what a good idea.
And it's real easy to move it around. I can take
Except
it off
for
and
bend.
wash it.
How difficult is it to bend? How did you get it to bend like that?
Oh, it was really hard.
Was it?
What I had to do is put it next to a flame and heat it up, because it comes rolled in a coil, and it is just tight, and it's really hard to uncoil it. So I bent it backward and then got it hot warm with that flame.
Okay.
And then laid it out and put books on top of it until it was straight.
We'll have to talk about that again.
It was hard. I actually had to buy 2 because I ruined the first one.
Okay.
Because I didn't measure it long enough, because it was so hard to measure.
Yeah, and the bend.
So the second time I unbent it, then I measured. What's that old adage, measure twice, cut once?
Yeah, something like that.
I sure learned that on this project, because I ruined a lot of lumber.
Are you part-time or full-time?
I'm part-time right now. But again, this is my safety net.
Okay, so
just real quick, one of the things I also wanted to show you guys, that I looked and looked and looked and looked and looked for puck lights. And most puck lights are cheap. They fall apart easily. They're ugly. And I found these. And they're not ugly. And they have a magnet on the back. And they come with these little discs that have glue on the back. And you can put them wherever you want, and then just move your lights around. And they work on a remote, which is nice. And they really, you can't tell because it's daylight, but they cast a really nice amount of light. They're rechargeable, so you don't have to burn batteries. And I just plug them in here while I'm underway and just one at a time charge them, and then put them back in their little box there. And as they burn out, I just put them, as they wear out, I just put them back in the box and then recharge them. So I have 5. So you've always got one. I put them here. I could put one over here up above the stove if I'm cooking. I have one above your head there if I'm reading and I want a light. So those are great. The other lights I have are the strip lights, and I have to turn on my Bluetti.
And we didn't even show your Bluetti.
We can do that after this.
Yeah.
If you want. Let me move this. My Bluetti. I believe it's 800 watt, and it works great. For a part-timer, it's enough. With the 100 watts of solar. For a full-timer, definitely not. You need way more solar than I've got. I'm upgrading to 4. I think if I was going to go full-time, I'd get a bigger Bluetti and go 600.
Thank you for watching Debra's van tour. I have links below for the stove, the refrigerator, and I'm trying to find the French clips and some of the things that she used, and the marine snaps. So I hope you enjoyed this. Please subscribe, like, and I'll see you next time.